welcome back to the channel. It's Wendy, and today I'm just going to show you a quick look at the new book that Colorya have sent me that you can have a look at, hopefully. So obviously there's a couple of these on my channel now, so the kind of layout is exactly the same in that you've got A4 ring bound, quite a thick substantial book, really lovely print front and back. You get this nice quote on this one from Renee Magritte, and this one, when they asked me about it, I was a bit kind of like, I'm not sure this is my cup of tea, because this is a colour by numbers book, and I don't own any colour by numbers. They're not something I do a huge amount of, so this is something a little bit new for me. But I was thinking, when I had a look at the little link they sent me to have a look, I thought I could probably just paint on it the same as I did with my other couple of Mandala books, so it doesn't really matter to me that it's a colour by numbers book. And as you can see from the title, this one has black and white backgrounds on them, so I know some people do quite like the black backgrounds version. So the layout is pretty much like this nameplate, that you get the colours and the numbers at the bottom of the page that are printed quite nicely, and then the numbers are obviously all in the image ready for you. They're pretty small. That would be my only thing that I would say to somebody having a look through it, that the numbers in this are pretty tiny. I think on some of these, I did think when I was having a quick look through, maybe I'd need my glasses. And then the usual, you can scan the code if you want to join the Facebook group that they have. That would work. But even this little page has got its own colour scheme for this little pattern around the edge, and all the pages are pretty much along the same vein then, that you've got the colour scheme at the bottom, obviously the numbers on them, only difference being some are white backgrounds, some are black. So I'm going to whiz through them pretty quick, because I think you only need a quick look at Mandalas. Only some of them I really like I really do quite like this, and I was half thinking I could change some of the numbers at the bottom for maybe some metallic paint. So I keep to the colour scheme they've selected, but maybe I use metallic paint or some other mediums even on this book, rather than just an alcohol ink pen. Alcohol inks do work really nicely on this pen, no matter what type of markers you've got. I think this one seems super smooth, the surface of this card on this version that's the latest one. I think it feels even more smooth than perhaps some of the other ones I've had lately. As you can see, they are the usual really thick, heavy card. Like this one is one of the ones I was kind of talking about earlier, that the numbers are really tiny. Oh, there you go. Really tiny. Even close up, they are still pretty small. So some of these, I think, possibly going to need a bit better eyesight than I have at the moment. If you really want to do the numbers, I'll probably just swerve the numbers and do what I like. I'm not good at being told what to do with my art. But I really like some of the patterns, some of the Mandalas in here. I think there's a really nice selection, and you've got some that are really nice and open and obviously would be much easier to work, and then some more that maybe might be better for fine line or something like that, because they're really small, and maybe a combination on some of them. But yeah, there's some really nice ones and quite different colour palettes on these ones. And then as you get towards the back, that we're coming up to fairly short, there is a kind of page that shows all the designs laid out with a colour scheme. So if you don't want to spoil it, perhaps as I get towards the end you might not want to look, but yeah, right at the end there is a little page that shows all of them, so you can kind of have a little idea. They're only little prints of what of what they all look like finished, so you can kind of see them in the finished form. But these are only little tiny things in the back of the book, so you've got a good idea of what the colour schemes are like. And I thought it was quite nice, because if it's kind of a colour scheme, like, I'm not particularly loving this colour scheme here for number 20, so if it was something you didn't like, you just start to swap out the colours before you started working on the final one, which I thought might be quite nice. So yeah, so that's right at the back. So that's the latest one, Colorya Mandala Mystery black and white colouring book. If you're interested, link will be below. Thank you very much for watching. A like will be lovely. Bye bye.